Welcome to day 26 for your yin class, where we've now finished all of the 12 primary organs, and now we're just going to really settle in, let the past 3 and a bit weeks start to digest through our body as we come to work towards closing this 30 days. So for our yin practice today, we're going to continue on the theme that we did yesterday for flow, and that's turning inwards to the heart. I'm going to not talk too much today. We're just going to do a lot of folding forward. I'm just going to let you be in your space, and we will start this by beginning in our wide-legged child's pose. So bringing the bolster along the length of your mat, big toes touching, knees out wide. Again, bolster is just an option. We can also come all the way down to the earth if that feels good for you. So setting yourself up, bringing belly to bolster or down towards the earth, just dropping left or right cheek down, or maybe forehead. Feeling the breath moving through the body. Feeling the nice open space around the back of the body, maybe feeling really good and open and expanded from yesterday's practice. And smoothing the breath. Allowing the breath be that anchor into your body, into your heart. And still continuing on to that observation of not attaching to what you observe, whatever moves through, whatever stories come into mind. Again, we're just listening to our friend. No need to respond just yet, just listening. And if you do have your cheek to the side, switching to the opposite cheek. And we settling in, allowing the breath to be natural. Holding awareness of breath, or maybe you do just let the mind wander. Not getting lost in the story, but just witnessing where the story goes. That story being the story, the patterns of your thought. We start to exit our child's pose, walking hands towards the knees first. Just help to pick the weight of the torso up with the arms. From here we find just a short rebound on our backs. Extending legs long, extending arms long, or finding a nice bend in the knees to support your lower back. Releasing palms to face up. We're going to be finding moments on our back between each pose today, just because we will be folding forward for every pose, that turning inward sensation. So just to open the front of the body for a moment, and we'll find a few more rebounds than normal. And from your back, slowly beginning to rise into your seat, and just grabbing a hold of your blocks and your bolster so they're within easy reach as we move to our next pose. So finding a single leg fold, bringing our right leg out long, bringing the sole of the left foot to the right inner thigh. We have option for block underneath our seat, or we have option for block or second block underneath that knee if it feels a little tight through the left hip. We can bring bolster across the right hip crease as we come to drape our bodies forward over the right leg. And of course, maybe we just use the bolster for the forehead or our block for the forehead, or you can choose to just hang heavy over the right leg. And taking a nice deep breath in, ready to settle into your pose. Full breath out, letting go completely. For your final minute here, just noticing if there's any adjustments to your use of props that you can make. Your body's slowly started to open through the back chain. Maybe you find you can shift your weight a little further forward, shift belly a little closer to the thigh. And walking hands back up the length of the leg to rise. And switching straight to the other side from here. Left leg lengthens. Right foot comes to left inner thigh, readjusting your props to make yourself feel supported and comfortable as we start to fold, this time over the left leg, supporting right knee if you need, supporting under the hips if you need. Maybe first just finding a little bit of length through the spine as you inhale. And exhale, hinging forward at the hips to fold. In just over 1 minute here, making any final adjustments to fold deeper into this pose. Dive deeper into your heart. Dropping into another layer, another level of letting go, of softening, of surrendering. And the hands walk back in towards us. And we make our way to a rebound on our backs. Coming aware of your breath as you draw your attention back into body, first rolling onto one side. And from your side, pressing into the top hand, peeling up off of the mat. And coming into our next pose, which is our shoelace fold. So a couple of options here. We can find a cross-legged position with our right leg in front of left, or we draw the left heel outside the right glute and we're stacking right knee on top of left, so right heel outside left glute. Third option is to still keep the stack of the knees, but we can extend the left leg out long, choosing a block underneath your seat if you need, and choosing your bolster across your hip crease to fold onto. So just to repeat, if you're going with the cross of the legs, we're starting with right calf over left shin, otherwise right knee on top of left as we fold. Just one more minute until we switch to the opposite side. Softening jaw, brows, glutes, folding completely over thighs. Breathing in. Using exhale to rise back to your seat. Placing feet width distance of your mat. Having a little rock from side to side with the legs. And then transitioning to the other side. So if you're going with that cross-legged option, we're placing this time our left leg in front of right, or we are drawing right heel to left glute, left leg comes up and over right to stack left knee on top of right. Or if you want the stack of the knees, we can extend the bottom leg, so the right leg long, stacking left knee on top of right. When you're ready, finding your position, maybe it feels enough to remain upright, or continuing to fold in as you start to drape over your bolster or over your thighs. And surrendering to your final minute. And when you feel ready, taking as much time as you need to press up from your fold. And transitioning into a rebound on your back. And choosing to remain for longer, or we rise to enter into our caterpillar fold. So taking your time, rolling onto your side first, allowing your head to be the last thing to lift from the mat. Then we're choosing to sit onto our block. As always, if you find it more comfortable to sit on the floor on your block, grab a hold of your block, and then we're extending both of our legs out nice and long. And from here we're coming to just simply fold forward over the legs. There's two different ways we can place our bolster. We can bring it across our hip creases, or we can choose to maybe bring it along the length of the legs. We can use more props if we would like, or stack the fists, just making sure the head is grounded wherever you are. And of course, if you have more space through your back chain, we can just use the block to rest the forehead on, or maybe you wish to not use a prop at all. So when you're ready, come in to fold forward and settle in. Remembering we're not pushing and pulling ourselves into the fold. We're not trying to reach for the toes. So where your body folds is exactly where it's meant to be today. And final 30 seconds here, folding deeper if you have the space, if your body has opened just a little. And exiting, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae to stack as you lift through the head. So we're coming straight into our very last seated position is our dragonfly fold. So similar to caterpillar, but we're taking the legs out nice and wide, bringing the bolster out from the groin and choosing to incline the bolster, again still keeping with a prop underneath your glutes if that feels better. And then we're simply just coming to rest the body onto the bolster, dropping left or right cheek, or having that incline that's a height suited to you. Maybe again belly and forehead come to the earth. And if you have your cheek to one side, switching to the opposite. Just 2 more minutes here, adjusting your props as you need, as your body slowly begins to find more space. Or maybe you find you went in too deep too soon and you need to readjust to support your body a little more. There's 30 more seconds to go. And taking as many last final breaths as you need where you are. And in your own time, in your own way, meeting on our backs together for our pentacle pose, that final time of rest, of transitioning of each shape into our body to create harmony, to invite in balance and release of stagnant energy through our whole system, our meridian lines, supporting a free flow of chi, of prana through our body, that life-giving energy. That conscious energy that enables all of our systems to work without us having to give guidance to how to digest food, to how to make the heart beat. And taking in any final observings of your heart, resting with that observation, resting with that view of the detached witness. And zoning out on finishing the class together if that feels good for you to remain here. And zoning out of my voice in closing the class if you choose to remain here for longer. Otherwise, beginning to invite your body into movement, taking it as slow as you can. And joining palms to touch, thumbs to third eye center, repeating in your mind, I create my own reality. Bringing thumbs to your lips, I speak my truth. And bringing thumbs to your heart, I follow my heart. And in today's case, I listen to my heart. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, your evening. I hope you get to head to bed soon. And thank you as always for joining. Namaste.